And after nearly a 2-month trial with 34 witnesses and hours of salacious testimony, a jury of 8 men and 4 women finds Sean Diddy Combs not guilty of and but guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in. The judge is currently deciding right now whether Combs will actually be released today. Now I understand, Aaron, a statement has been given on behalf of Cassie Ventura, star witness in this case. What are you learning?
Her attorney, Doug Wigdor, just sent us the following statement. This entire criminal process started when our client, Cassie Ventura, had the courage to file her civil complaint in November 2023.
We're going to the puffy parties. For the front and the back at the same time? What are you talking about? I mean, look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this shit, I'm on a party. You know, like, it's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom.
Combs' body language is totally different from yesterday when he seemed crestfallen and grim after the jury said it had reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts. Now, acquitted of the most serious charges, Mr. Combs appears energetic and relieved. Can we just talk about, here's the picture, here's the sketch artist's picture of Combs yesterday, of the grimness, and I'm sure we'll get one today of him looking much more relieved. I
didn't do nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. There's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink.
Oh my goodness.
I need you to remember. I need you to remember this. Huh?
The foundation.
Yeah. Thank you.
About that. Buckle up, y'all, because the Diddy versus 50 Cent drama just hit a whole new level. Right after Diddy beat the most serious charge in his case, 50 Cent got a shady burner message that looked a lot like a threat. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. From mysterious disappearances to deep state theories and a documentary that could blow it all wide open. This isn't just celebrity beef anymore. It's turning into a real-life thriller. So grab your popcorn because we're breaking down all the secrets, receipts, and shady moves that could bring down the House of Combs.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic. Or more.
About that. You asked him to take him shopping.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
What? I'm a nice guy.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out. No, dude, you take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
Okay.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Like, yo.
Who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is...
You're not gonna believe this, but I just got a call and Puffy's confirmed for Shreveport.
That's what?
Nah. That nigga can't come. Everybody be scared to drink. Come. Your butt sore.
So yesterday, First Montana had an in-store up in the Bronx. 10 people showed up. He said, "Let me have a drink." Puffy trying to make me go against 50. He set me up.
Right after Diddy dodged the biggest charge in his RICO case, 50 Cent got a message. It was short but intense. Tell Curtis I ain't done yet. Now insiders are saying this didn't come from Diddy's legal team. Nope. This message allegedly came straight from Diddy himself, and it hit just hours after the not guilty verdict dropped. So here's the deal. Diddy managed to beat the most serious charge, the one that could have put him behind bars for life. And not long after, a screenshot started circulating online showing a threatening DM sent to 50 from a burner account. That post blew up fast.
She said, I love you. I said, I love you back. And you.
How he got off.
And you. Even if you're a little.
I had issues with Puffy. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do.
Right.
And make me uncomfortable.
So we're speaking on Diddy. We're speaking on Puff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't have that thing where, we ain't had no thing. I wasn't sending nothing at him, big. If it was on the street side like that, we would be actively doing things to each other.
Right.
And we wasn't doing that, right? So it gets to, with Jay, definitely not that. That's definitely not, it's just being competitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't.
Now, if you've been following this feud, you know 50's been poking at Diddy for years. The petty posts, the shady captions, the one where he joked, "You know there ain't no seat on that bike, right?" It's been nonstop trolling. And in interviews, he didn't hold back either. He's called Diddy fluffy, thrown jabs, and kept the heat on high. But this time it feels different. This isn't just another round of shade. The reason Diddy might be coming for 50 now is because of the new documentary 50 is cooking up. Diddy Do It. And according to 50, this documentary isn't slowing down anytime soon. He's doubling down and promising to reveal way more than what the court even touched on.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
That's where things get real. If you followed the case, you probably noticed some sketchy moves, like when the government suddenly replaced the lead prosecutor with Maureen Comey, the same name people linked to the Epstein cover-up. Red flags everywhere. And don't forget Christina Khorram, Diddy's longtime right hand. Several witnesses named her as a co-conspirator, yet the feds acted like she didn't exist. To this day, she's vanished without a trace.
Tell him the story.
Tell him the story. So we talking about rumors, right?
Yeah.
And we, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh.
Right?
Wait, so this is...
So Charlamagne says...
It's not true, but I told after he brought
up
up this stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh, no, I don't know that was going on.
You know...
I can't wait to run into him again.
What you gonna say to him, Phil?
Puffy was playing with your Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you?
What?
I heard Diddy touch...
Yeah. Wait till I see him. Wait till I see him. I'm like, yo. Yeah.
Meanwhile, mainstream media barely scratched the surface. And that's exactly why 50 says he's stepping in, to put the full truth out there. And with Diddy possibly walking free, you already know he'll do whatever it takes to keep the lid on things. That threatening message? It wasn't subtle. Diddy's making it known he'll protect himself at all costs. Whether that means targeting 50's career, damaging his business deals, or something darker, no one really knows how far he might go. And then there's Capricorn Clark. She used to work for Diddy as an assistant and was also a marketing manager at Sean John. In her testimony, she talked about a time when Diddy and 50 were doing a press event at MTV. They shared the same manager then, Chris Lighty. According to Capricorn, she, Diddy, and Chris were in an elevator, and Diddy was clearly frustrated with 50. That's when he reportedly said something chilling. "I don't like back and forth. I like firearms." So yeah, this goes way beyond industry beef. There's a deeper threat now, and 50 Cent's not backing down. The tea? It's boiling. That burner account message? Yeah, that wasn't just some casual stay-in-your-lane warning. The account had been silent for months. Then out of nowhere, right after Diddy's verdict dropped, it posted one chilling line, "Tell Curtis I ain't done yet." And according to people close to 50 Cent, this wasn't the first threat.
That's why I don't be going to the Puffy parties. You from the front and the back at the same time? What are you talking about? Look, if you into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this shit, my party. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. Like that is going on.
Rewind to May. Diddy's ex-assistant Capricorn Clark took the stand and spilled some serious tea. She said during that old MTV event with 50 Cent, Diddy told a security guard straight up that he didn't like nonsense and people, but he did like firearms. Capricorn said it was clear who he meant. 50 Cent was in the building that day. She even remembered Diddy turning to their then manager Chris Lighty saying he had a gun and that he had a problem with 50. So how did 50 respond? The way only 50 can. He took the heat and flipped it into a joke. He posted an AI pic of himself looking scared and wrote, "Oh my goodness, itty bitty Diddy wants me gone. I have to lay low. I think I'm gonna hide out at the playoff game tonight, LOL. Classic 50. But here's the thing. That was when everyone still thought Diddy was heading to prison for life.
Hey, yo, we love y'all. We love everybody watching. So happy. Pop's coming home. God bless. God bless the whole world.
What was going through your head when the verdict was read? Happy.
Now things look a whole lot different. Diddy's been cleared on 3 of the 5 charges, including the big one, RICO conspiracy. NBC News confirmed he was found guilty on 2 lesser charges related to transporting women, including Cassie and another woman known as Jane. So the big question, can Diddy actually walk free? His team thought he might be released immediately after the verdict, but the judge had other plans. Judge Arun Subramanian denied bail, saying Diddy's too dangerous to be let out. His official sentencing is set for October 3rd, and until then, he's staying locked up.
I mean, look, I will make it my personal mission to maintain his humiliation in the minds of all Americans. There's no question he's fallen as this revered figure for a large portion of America, but he also has diehard fans who want to pretend this is a Johnny Depp situation, you know, where he was wrongfully accused, that's my own view, by somebody who was out to get him, who played the victim when in fact she was a. This is not that situation. This is not. Cassandra Ventura was an extremely sympathetic witness who was not some powerful, I'm going to play Kid Cudi against Sean Combs. She was traumatized by this guy. She remains to this day, given all that was done to her. Listen to this. I almost don't even want to read these updates. New York Times, Sean Combs is now on his knees, his elbows on the chair where he was sitting, his head buried. He appeared to be praying. He started a round of applause, which was echoed by his family, who are jubilant. Yay, yay. We only have a solicitor in the family.
As for how long he could be in, each of those 2 charges carries a maximum sentence of 10 years. So yeah, Diddy could be facing up to 20 years total. But you already know his lawyers are prepping for an appeal. They're expected to challenge both the conviction and the sentence, so it's still a waiting game on how this really plays out.
I look at it, I go, whoa, so I always go into what would I do in a situation like this? Like when that type of thing happens. And I'm going, I don't know. I hope things are all right for him internally.
Speaking on?
I mean, at the crib. Because in the statement they mentioned his,
you're talking Jay.
His daughter
Gotcha.
would, being old enough to, because she about 13.
But here's what's wild. Diddy hasn't even been sentenced yet, and he's already sending threats like he's untouchable. And of all people, why is 50 Cent the one he's coming for the hardest? Sure, 50's been clowning him nonstop ever since Cassie's lawsuit blew up online nearly 2 years ago. But this beef, it's ancient. They've been going at it since the early 2000s. And let's not forget, 50 was the first to publicly question Diddy's gender preference, which stirred up a ton of controversy back then. That move sparked a fire, and neither of them ever put it out.
It's like, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we out, nigga, we gotta kick it.
This is
Pause.
Okay.
You're telling me we gotta kick it. Like,
right.
Why don't we go shopping? I mean, I pay for it. And I was like, just say. I got the from him because I was like, this nigga, fucking. This nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. And this goes on. But there's a little fruit pop. It's a fruit pop. It's a fruit pop. Trust me. You see these little weird like that out there for no reason. You don't see accident pictures of me like kissing niggas. Like that doesn't happen by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look, later you gonna find out a little saying real.
50 Cent didn't just clown Diddy on social media, he's been unpacking this beef for years, even giving interviews about how it all started. Way back, like 8 years ago, 50 actually sat down with the Breakfast Club and explained why he began trolling Diddy in the first place. When the host brought up how he kept throwing jabs and making jokes about Diddy's gender orientation, 50 clarified that he wasn't just calling him gay out of nowhere. He shared an old message that said something like, "Fifth, sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now under the leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest Rainbow Dinner Thieves in Phoenix. Wild, right?
The new baby oil.
Should start looking gray if you ain't got nothing on it.
Got the new baby oil, bro.
This ain't baby oil. This is
Nigga, you ran through 8,000 jars of them in prison.
man.
You know what I mean? He was Ashy Larry.
Relax.
I mean,
I still got everybody looking.
But that wasn't even the part that threw 50 off. He talked about a moment at Chris Lighty's wedding where Diddy apparently told him he wanted to take him shopping. 50 said he looked at him like, "What did you just say?" and had to walk away before causing a scene. According to him, that's something a guy says to a girl, not to him. And honestly, even since then, 50 hasn't let it go. He's been throwing shade nonstop, like when he famously said, "The top feels so much better than the bottom," which fans still believe was a subtle jab at Diddy.
About that. You asked him to take him shopping.
He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
yeah. I thought he needed some clothes.
He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
What? I'm a nice guy.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, you take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like it.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like it.
Okay.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Like, yo.
Now, those jokes might have been funny years ago, but lately, they're hitting a lot harder, and rumor has it, they're one of the big reasons Diddy's allegedly out for revenge. He might have brushed off the trolling back in the day, but now that legal charges are involved and reputations are crumbling, it's a whole different game. Especially with 50 Cent's new documentary heating up. Yep, it's called Did He Do It? And 50 just confirmed that the series is shifting gears. He told Variety this isn't just going to be a recap of headlines or messy viral moments. Nope, he's digging deeper into the power players behind Diddy, and this story spans decades. At first, the project was all about exposing Diddy's wild party scene, the freak-off gatherings, with celebrities that people whispered about. But now that Diddy managed to dodge the RICO charge, 50 is going all in. This documentary just turned darker and way riskier. And get this, an early leak from the documentary just surfaced. It allegedly shows footage from one of those secret parties. Imagine full eyes wide shut vibes, masks, antlers, eerie lighting. One voice in the footage says something like, they take pride in preparing for intimacy, and talks about locking doors so women can't leave. Another voice talks about telling guests no when things get too wild. If that footage is real, then this documentary isn't just going to stir up drama, it could flip everything we thought we knew about this case. And honestly, it's sounding less like gossip and more like the beginning of a massive expose that might drag some powerful names down with it. But this rabbit hole goes even deeper. Word is 50 Cent isn't just stopping at the obvious stuff. Sources close to his documentary say he's planning to dig into everything the court didn't want to touch, like the rumor that Diddy might have been a government informant. Yep, there's still talk that this entire trial was just smoke and mirrors to hide something bigger.
He's been standing next to something his entire career. Right. He stood next to Biggie. You put hot on him. That's stand next to the fight if you want. Right? He stood next to Biggie. Stood next to Mace. Stood next to Ja. Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere. Nobody surviving. Look at it. Because he
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
And if that sounds like a wild conspiracy theory, well, remember when Kanye called Diddy a Fed? That old clip just started making the rounds again. And honestly, it hits different now. In the video, Kanye accused Diddy of cutting a deal with the feds and said the reason Diddy was going after him was because it was part of that deal. Kanye didn't hold back. He said Diddy couldn't shoot anybody even if he wanted to because he was protected.
Puff Daddy, whoever, none of all you fake you. Wait, hold on. Okay. All you fake hard you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you head. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all shut the up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut the up about, you shut the up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now.
What was the original annoyance between? It was just like,
well, when you start to get the momentum, he's like, yo, we gotta hang out. Yo, when we going? I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was asking to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree.
So here's the million-dollar question. How does 50 plan to prove any of this? That's where Christina Khorram comes in. She's the woman behind the curtain, the name that keeps popping up in whispers. Christina was basically Diddy's right-hand woman, his personal assistant, fixer, and according to some lawsuits, his version of Ghislaine Maxwell. She was everywhere, behind the scenes, allegedly helping him keep everything running, and maybe helping him hide a few things too. Last year when Diddy got arrested, mainstream outlets started speculating that Christina could be the key to cracking the case. She had been part of his circle for years. Right after Diddy settled with Cassie, he even posted a pic of Christina on Facebook calling her KK and saying she kept his entire life together. But that same photo later showed up in a different lawsuit, where music producer Rodney Jones compared her to Epstein's right-hand woman, Ghislaine. And get this, she was mentioned 64 times in that case.
Every predator has a partner. Epstein had Ghislaine Maxwell, and Diddy, multiple lawsuits suggest Christina Khorram was his fixer, his gatekeeper, maybe even his handler. But what if I told you she didn't just coordinate the abuse, she allegedly participated in it as well? Khorram wasn't just a chief of staff. According to the civil lawsuit filed by Ashley Parham in federal court, Diddy ordered Christina to insert an IUD into her. That's not a typo. He allegedly told Khorram to perform an invasive medical procedure on another woman.
But when it came to the actual trial, crickets. Christina's name barely got a whisper, which is weird, because Cassie herself brought her up during testimony. She said Christina was the one who kept tabs on her for Diddy. They talked almost every day about schedules, Diddy's moods, and how to handle him depending on his vibe. Cassie even said Christina knew all kinds of personal stuff about her. Another victim, who only went by Jane, pulled out receipts too. She showed a text where Christina told her to hop on a commercial flight with illegal substances, and casually added, "It's fine, I do it all the time." Now you tell me, how is someone with that much involvement suddenly invisible during the trial? According to CNN, prosecutors initially called Christina a co-conspirator, but then silence, no follow-up, no subpoena, no witness stand. If she really was involved like that, why hasn't she been called to testify? Her testimony could have helped prove the racketeering angle. It's shady, no doubt, and this right here is one of the biggest reasons 50's digging deeper. Something's not adding up, and Christina might be the missing piece that cracks it all open.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you the truth, but the truth, sometimes it hurts. Right. It hurts people and they don't want to hear that shit. Right. I'm trying to tell you, ask me, could he take me shopping? And I'm looking like, what? Just like, I want to take you shopping. I got a bankroll out this month. I want to take you shopping. Why? Because when you walk around looking so good, I'm going to feel like, God damn it, that me. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But when you want to take me shopping, what the matter with this?
Hold on. Well, where was this at?
This was at the wedding.
That's Chris.
Right after the...
And this, my friends, is exactly why 50 Cent is shining that big spotlight on Christina in his upcoming documentary. Fans are already whispering that she might be the reason the prosecutors fumbled the whole case. Some even believe the trial itself was just a cover-up, meant to protect bigger, more powerful names hiding behind the scenes. One user on X summed it up perfectly, saying, "The Diddy saga is far from over. They claim this was all part of some deep state strategy to bury the real truth." Their theory? Christina Khorram, a.k.a. KK, wasn't called to testify because someone named Comey stepped in. And it's not just any Comey. That name rings bells, right? Maureen Comey became the lead prosecutor after Damian Williams suddenly stepped down, right after Diddy's arrest. Suspicious timing, considering Williams had been on this case from the beginning. So why did he suddenly walk away just before trial? And why did someone with that last name swoop in? People online were quick to connect the dots, linking Moore and Comey to the same circles that handled the Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell cases. Now here's where it gets even messier. There are rumors swirling that parts of the U.S. government may have quietly helped Diddy behind the scenes, or at the very least, turned a blind eye. The theory? Diddy's got dirt, like serious dirt. Reports claim that feds took a bunch of tapes during those mansion raids, but weirdly, we still haven't heard a word about who was on them. If true, that means Diddy could be sitting on blackmail footage of politicians, executives, and media elites. And if that's the case, he might not even be the boss. He could just be the middleman, just like Epstein.
Kelly, how does this verdict impact Combs' legacy as an entertainer, as a music mogul moving forward, you think?
I think it does impact his legacy because we have to talk about this in addition to talking about his 3 decades as being a pop culture icon. You know, this is a human who has touched every facet of business, of industry, you know, politics, film, TV, music, Broadway, spirits, fashion, you know, but we also now have to talk about this case and the role that.
Some are even going further, calling Diddy a protected intelligence asset, a pawn being used to run operations for people way higher up. And get this, former U.S. Attorney Brett Tolman spoke up about this recently. He said it wouldn't shock him one bit if Diddy, like Epstein, was working hand in hand with government agencies, CIA, FBI. He mentioned decades of shady dealings, where known criminals were protected because they had leverage on powerful people. When he looked back at Epstein's sweetheart deal, he said the only way that makes any sense is if Epstein had hard dirt on major figures. And if Diddy's in the same position, that changes everything. So yeah, if 50 is really poking around in that territory, it makes total sense why threats are flying. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. This could be about an entire power network. But if you think 50's backing down, think again. After fans filled his Instagram with "watch your back" comments, 50 clapped back hard. He called Diddy gay Teflon Don, and basically told everyone to get off his page if they thought he was scared.
Jennifer is who told Puff to work with me.
Jennifer Lopez. Okay.
And Jennifer was telling me, yo, he is dope. You work with him. Like eventually it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Puff, that's what Puff was calling me down to do it. But Puff can't even hear it. See, I know he couldn't.
Puff can't hear a hit? That's kind of crazy.
He still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now.
Right.
Okay. Got you saying.
He can't buy the record. You play it for him right now, and it's hot. He can't buy it. This is why he's fighting Drake. And you hit Drake because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
And you know what? That's 50 Cent for you. He's not built to run, but let's be real. The people he's going after just don't fight dirty. They control the game. And if there's one thing they never do, forget. So now the question isn't just what Diddy's hiding, but how far 50 is willing to go to expose it. From blackmail tapes to missing witnesses and deep government connections, this rabbit hole runs deep. And if 50's documentary drops what fans think it will, we might be witnessing the start of a massive takedown. One thing's for sure, this story's not over, not by a long shot. So stay locked in, keep your notifications on, and don't blink, because the next bombshell might just change everything. And you know we'll be here, ready to spill every last drop of tea.